Oh, what's up, True Team? Today is the day. It's May 31st, 2025. This has been a long thought process. This has been a tough decision to make. But it came to a point I had to decide like what would be easier for me to do during this time in my life, right? And I have talked about some of the stuff over the years I've been on YouTube. Some of y'all may have been around for it, and some of y'all may not. But, with a heavy heart, this is just what it came to. So, in today's video, we talking about Mickey Truth and her future on YouTube. Let's get into it.
We have Mickey Truth.
Who is this? You got Mickey Truth kicked out.
Shout out Mickey.
Let's get one thing clear. This your girl, Mickey Truth.
Back in November 2022, I started my YouTube channel. I started dropping content on Instagram because I felt emotionally attached to the death of rapper Takeoff. Why? Some people have asked me over the years, did I feel so attached to him? And I feel like it was just everything in my life at that time just made that be that moment that actually changed my life. Okay. So if we go back a little bit before rapper Takeoff's death, okay, I separated from my husband, my choice. I moved out of our shared home in March of 2022 and just decided I needed my own space to do my own thing. A lot of things was going on in life, right? And I needed some me time. Ultimately, it's not, I can't even tell you it's a particular situation. It just was a lot of things, and I just needed time to process it on my own. Now, Mr. Truth, on the other hand, didn't care about none of that. He was very upset at my decision, but I had to finally make a decision for me. All right. So during that time, I was at my heaviest weight. Yeah, heaviest. But it didn't hit me until my birthday party of October 2022. Okay. Now, before that birthday party, before I separated from my husband in 2020, I went to start the process to have gastric sleeve surgery. However, 2 weeks before my surgery, I caught COVID. And Mr. Truth was like, that's probably a sign you shouldn't do it. He ain't want me to do it. And I was right. I agree with him. Like, yeah. So now we fast forward to October 2022, birthday party. I looked at some photos from my party and I said, I gotta do something about this. Like, this is crazy. So I got on the scale, and at that time I was 307 pounds. 307 pounds. Like, facts. I ain't ashamed of it because that's life. That was my life. Okay. So I started going through the process of some depression with it, but ultimately I started losing weight. So I started YouTube. At that time, you already know people wanting to say the weight shit and all that. However, I was walking every day. I was so focused on the content. I started dropping weight. So I went from 307. So November 2022, 307 to February 2023, I was down to 254, right? If y'all was around during that time, I showed y'all my progress. I was so happy, right? So 2023 is when Mickey Truth really got the boost out. Right now, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, like Lizzo say, I've been fat, I've been skinny. You still ain't fucking with me. That's always been my confidence has always been high, like on some real stuff. Like I was overweight. I started gaining weight when I was like 20. You know what I'm saying? Got married at 21, and slowly gaining more and more weight. Now somebody should have stopped me back then, but I started. I was like, shit, my husband cool, I'm cool. Whatever. So that was my, dumb thought process, but that was my thought process. Okay, so my confidence always been there. All right, so somehow, some way, okay, 2023, I end up gaining all of what I lost back. Almost, I got up to 280. All right, so you just moving around, doing whatever. This year, February, was it January? Early of 2025, I started having back problems. Like my back was just hurt. And y'all know, shout out to Touch of Love Massage Services. I tap in with her all the time. So I just started going to her for frequent massages because I'm like, yo, like my back is just hurting. And then it got to a point where it just was hurting all the time. I couldn't wash dishes. I had to like lean over to wash dishes, like walking a long time. It just was hurting. So I ended up going to see a neurologist in regards to it. And I can't pronounce it, psychotic nerve or something like that. Okay. Is the issue. So I started getting treatment for that, shots in my back for that, right? And the doctor was like, well, she's not a doctor. My physical therapist was like, it may help if you lose some weight also. Okay, so you get where we're going with the conversation. So I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, you're right. So, I say it, but then I'm like, yeah, you're right. But to be honest, I ain't changed nothing. So if y'all remember when I lost my voice, I was having throat issues. I've had acid reflux for years. And it normally isn't bad as long as I don't eat those type of food. But it got so bad, it basically clogged up my throat. Right? So y'all know I had to go through all that. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, I need to get serious about this situation because too many health problems are happening, right? So I was sitting there at a cookout talking with my cousins, and she told me that she was in the process of doing her gastric sleeve. That's when I decided maybe this go around it's time to do so. So March 21st of this year, I decided to go to North Carolina and do a consultation. Okay. At that point, really, it was the same stuff I remember from 2020 or whatnot. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm not going to get too much into everything that happened after that just yet. But ultimately, I have decided to do the gastric sleeve surgery. I will be having that done actually soon. During this time, I have to focus on personal well-being, but at the same time, I want to still continue to do content because I came so far and put in so much work. I don't want to have it in vain. So, hence why I've been telling y'all content will be changing. I'm going to be honest, I'm getting bored as far as YouTube doing the celebrity gossip, whatever I be doing. I don't even know. The drill stuff on YouTube. Because at the end of the day, it's not bringing in what I need to bring in on the back end, right? So I'm like, if I'm going to do something, just like when I started YouTube, it was because I enjoyed doing it. I have to do content now that I'm going to enjoy doing, and right now doing that ain't it as far as YouTube. So I will be following my journey with the gastric sleeve surgery. I am now going to do more personal content Because as I'm taking time back from checking on other people's lives, I have to focus on my own life, and I'm going to bring the Truth team with me. So in January, y'all will get a lot of personal videos. Y'all will see more family and friends. Y'all will see more so what I do. Who is the woman behind the camera? I'm bringing y'all with me, okay? Now, again, it's inedible, okay? I hope I said that right, to do content, regular content that I've been doing. I have a blog page that I'm running, so I'm still going to be doing that from a blog standpoint. And it may be some massive situations where I have no choice but to tap in with. But for the most part, that's my YouTube. And I'm speaking on YouTube. YouTube won't be that as my main thing for a while I focus on it. I have people in place that's going to do my IG, going to do all the other stuff. So, like, I'm still going to be Etsy's #1 urban blogger. But just during this period of my life, have to focus on me. I have to focus on what matters. And like I said, I'm bringing y'all with me because it's a lot of people that may be going through this or want to go through what I'm going through. And maybe I can be inspiration to you or help you out or that little push or that little like, yeah, nah, I'm good. So a lot of stuff on the way. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend to pull up on your girl Mickey Truth. I'll catch y'all in June.
This is the weakest. Give a fuck about what they scream.
Holla!
Shout out Mickey. Mickey, you gonna be big. Like,
I'm trying to conquer the world, coming from where I come from. Hey, this your girl Mickey Truth, #1 blogger in South Carolina. #1 blogger in South Carolina.